Some people wonder, how did Einstein think? How do we physicists think? Most of it is when we're quiet, all by ourselves. We stare out the window and have blocks of equations just wandering in our head until these equations fit together, and then we get a sheet of paper and scribble.
It can be very frustrating at times, scribbling equations everywhere. The old cliche of scribbling on the back of the envelope often is true because that's sometimes all you have around.
He was always thinking in pictures, visualizing things. When his father gave him a compass, he would just sit up night after night watching the needle point northward. It would send chills down his spine.
Einstein once said, I want to know God's thoughts in a mathematical way. Einstein wanted an equation, perhaps no more than 1 inch long, that would encapsulate all physical laws. The beauty, the majesty, the power of the universe into a single equation. That was his life's goal.
1900年，21岁的阿尔伯特·爱因斯坦是瑞士联邦理工学院的一名大学生。任何一位教授都没有预见到，这个年轻人将成为天才的代名词。爱因斯坦的白日梦将深刻改变人们认识宇宙的方式。1905年被称为他的奇迹之年。这一年，他发表了4篇论文。其中一篇解答了一个长久以来的问题：什么是光
？The photoelectric effect. This paper, written by this total unknown, showed that light comes as a particle called the photon. We use that in television. We use that in lasers.
在另一篇论文中，爱因斯坦提出了一种我们现在习以为常的假设：原子的存在。
People didn't believe in atoms in those days, but they proved that atoms can actually make small little dust particles move in a liquid. And he calculated the size of atoms.
这些论文可以算是非凡的成就，但对爱因斯坦来说，这只是一个开始。
He writes yet another paper with the famous equation E equals mc squared.
他表示，能量和质量之间能够转换。即便是最小的微粒，也蕴含着巨大的能量。要释放这种能量，需要发生核反应，也就是夜空中时常发生的活动。
Ever since people began to look up in the heavens, they would say, "What makes the stars shine?" But it took Albert Einstein to answer the question.
最著名的方程式，但他在同年发表的另一个理论更为重要，也更富争议，那就是狭义相对论。少年爱因斯坦喜欢幻想骑在光束上驰骋的感觉，现在他又回到这种白日梦中，而这将改变他的人生。
In the spring of 1905, Einstein was riding on a bus and he looked back at the famous clock tower that dominates Bern, Switzerland. And then he imagined, what happens if that bus were racing near the speed of light?
在爱因斯坦的想象中，钟楼会呈现出令人惊讶的景象。达到光速时，钟的指针在时光中停止了。
Einstein would later write, "A storm broke in my mind. All of a sudden, everything kept gushing forward."
爱因斯坦知道，在钟楼上，时间在正常的流逝，但在他的光速公交车上，达到光速时，从钟上发出的光线就不能追上它。他在空间里奔跑的速度越快，在时间里移动的速度越慢，这引发了爱因斯坦狭义相对论的诞生。
He submits papers to important scientific journals, the best scientific journals, and hopes for the best. And the best doesn't come for a while.
He was anxious. What was the reaction of the physics community to his great paper? silence.
The way she's actually relying on it.
It's not until 1922 that they finally announce his Nobel Prize. And one of the ironies, he never gets it for the theory of relativity.
为爱因斯坦带来诺贝尔奖的是一篇光电效应的论文，他奇迹之年的第一篇论文。它成为量子力学的奠基之作，揭开了原子的奥秘。世界从一场可怕的战争中复苏，他拥抱了这位理论物理学家，并使他成为全球性的偶像。
Here you have the end of the most destructive war in European memory.
And here this pacifist saint comes along with a wild halo of hair, piercing eyes, and people on all sides of the Atlantic, in Germany and in England and in America, could all celebrate him as a man of peace, but also somebody whose science transcended the horrors of war.
That's where the emotional resonance of his accomplishment came, I think. And that's why people seized on him, not just as a smart guy, but as a symbol, maybe an all-purpose symbol of what humanity can do well in the context of what humanity has clearly done so terribly.
这个科学家颠覆世界的故事动人心弦。他一个人待在工作室里，只靠大脑和一支笔，发现了许多奇异的事。他们就像流行的音乐和电影一样，令公众着迷。